Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is an extra special one. We're going to talk about the latest launch of Ladybug and this is called the Castle of Horror eyeshadow palette. It's a 9-pan eyeshadow palette that launches on September 30th and this retails for $32. Look at the inside of the palette. If you are craving those deep, grungy, purpley blue tones, this palette is going to be right up your alley. This has so many shifty shades going on. Like, look at this shade, okay? What? Look at this shade. What? I love playing with multichromes, if you cannot say. This 9-pan eyeshadow palette has 5 mattes, 3 multichromes and 1 duochrome is what they say. I feel like this doesn't have that much of shift, but rest everything is very shifty and dimensional, and these tones of mattes are very deep and dark. Except this one, this is the only lighter matte that you see in the palette is what you get, but rest everything is like mid-tone to deeper tone, I would say. I've also done live swatches in the video as well as 2 eye looks that you're gonna get in this video. You can also use the code SMITHYSONY to save 10% off on anything on their website. That is an affiliate code. So if you do use my code, I thank you very much. If you guys are ready to see the 2 eye looks, the swatches, all in action, then please keep on watching. Let's begin playing with this. I'm so very excited. I'm gonna first start with the live swatches. How pretty this palette is. Oh my God. Okay, let's move. First shade is called Vortex and this is such a deep dark navy blue shade. Really pretty. Then we have the shade 04 and it's definitely like a multi-chromey shade. It's purple, bronze, green, and then we have the shade Midnight, which is like a matte black shade. Look how deep those shades are. So let me swatch those. I love the name of the palette too, Castle of Horror. So pretty. There you go. Those are the first 3 swatches. Look how pigmented it is. So pretty. And can you see that shift too? In that purple? Oh my God. It'll be so pretty for a smoky eye. Love it. Okay, let me wipe my fingers and let's move on to the next 3 shades. The next shade is definitely the transitioning shade for the palette. And this is called Potion and it is like a lighter tone purpley matte, and then we have the shade Mischief, which is definitely a blue purple shade, I would say. And the third shade is called Witch Bee. Cannot say it, you can see it, okay? Which is like a mid-tone, a deeper purple, I would say. So let's watch it. There you go. The next 3 shades. Look how pretty that is. I can definitely use this purple shade all across my lid and as like a one and done shade. And I love the deep mattes in this palette. Like you can definitely go more blue, more purple, and with those duochrome, multichrome shades, it's so pretty. The final shades of the palette, Fear Factor, which is definitely more of like a gunmetal silver, blue silver shade. And then this is such a smooth multichrome. It's called Castle of Horror, the name of the palette. It's like a deep magenta purple to a red and a gold and a green to it. So pretty. And then we have Upside question mark. This one, I don't know how to say that name, but that is definitely more of like a mid-tone, a purpley mauve shade. It's not even a purple. It's like more of like a rusty mauve. So let's watch that. Look how pigmented these shades are. Oh, so smooth too. There you go. Those are the final 3 shades. Look how deep, how beautiful. Like if you're into purples, I feel like you would absolutely love this palette. But you do have so much variety to it. You can definitely go more blue, you can go silver, you can go more like rusty. Really pretty. So those were the swatches of this Castle of Horror palette from Ladybug. Now before we dive into the looks, which we're going to do next, I'm also going to talk about their They're lip oils. This is how the lip oils come. And it comes in a very sleek pink packaging. And this is how the lip oils look. I have two shades with me. One is Mercury, the other one is Saturn. I had their original lip oil, which was clear, and this had like that minty feeling to it. Nothing painful or like tingly or anything, just a scent of like mint. And this smells like peaches, which I absolutely love. This one is in the shade Mercury, which is like a milky pink, and it is a pH lip oil that would give you a tint based on your pH. And this is Saturn. Look how fun this shade is. It's more of like an orangey shade, but it has like a specks of shimmer running throughout it. This is definitely more milky. So I have actually used both of these shades before, but for today's look, I feel like Mercury would go a little bit more. So before even starting with the looks, it's so fruity, it's so nice. Let's apply this and see like according to the pH how it performs throughout the video. I love these formula. I just had my ColourPop BFF lip liner, BFF2 lip liner on. Let me actually swatch these for you too so that you can see the tint. This is Mercury. Not much of a shade, I would say. Very light pink. Let me swatch Saturn also and then I'll show it to you. And this is Saturn. It looks like a bright orange shade. The scent is amazing. So that's Mercury and that's Saturn. See, very, very light tint. Really, really pretty. And you can use the code SMITHYSONY on anything on their website and you can save 10% off. And it is an affiliate code. It already changed my lip color. Can you see that? Definitely made it more like deeper pink. That's the pH. Okay, let's move on. I cannot wait to dive into the palette. Okay, let's start off with the shade Potion. This shade. Okay, so let's start off by placing that in the inner crease and then we'll start blending across. See, this is what I meant by like one and done shades. Ladybug Glow's formula is so pretty. It's definitely buildable and it's so easy to blend to. Really pretty. I'm gonna go with a deeper shade. Let's go with the shade Witch Bee, which is the deeper tone of the purple shade. I'm gonna press that right there in the outer corner. You can see how deep that is. And I'm like tapping off the excess so that I don't get more fallout and slowly building it. You can see this shade, I mean, so pretty. And then I'm gonna slowly blend it with that purple shade that we applied earlier. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, now let's just define our lower lash line too. I'm going to take the same shade Witch Bee and apply that on the outer corners of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go with the shade Potion on the inner corners of the lower lash line and blend it together. I'm going to take a very small tiny blending brush and I'm going to dip into that shade Midnight, which is that black. I'm going to put that right in the outer corners just to make it a little more on the deeper side, just right there. And now I'm going to just place my NYX glitter glue right in the center where we do not have anything. Okay, now I'm going to dip into this blue shade that shifts to a purple. Can you see that? Really, really pretty. This is called Mischief. And I'm going to apply that right there in the center. But I'm going to make it like in a diagonal format, just so that it pops with that deeper purple and a black that we just put in. And we can also see the shift because of the shape of the eye. Very, very pretty. Really, really love that. I'm just going to take that same brush that we applied our outer corner shade with nothing on it. I'm just going to tap it right there in the outer corners. I'm going to start off with the shade Fear Factor, which is that silver shade, and apply that right there in the inner corners of the eye. Can you see that? How stunning that is? I'm just gonna apply that on the inner corner. And I'm gonna take this shade, which is 04, which is this shade, and then melt that silver shade with that purple right there in the inner crease. Just right there. Again, we went with the diagonal, so this is on a very small area, but that's what we are looking for. I'm just gonna take my blending brush or like a packer brush and just mix both of these shades together. Take a little bit of Fear Factor, that gray silver shade, and then just start melting it and swooping it towards the inner third right there. Right there, okay? Just right there. And I'm gonna take a packer brush that we applied our lower lash line with, and I'm gonna go with that 04 shade and then put that right there in the inner third of the lower lash line. Just for something. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. And that's my first eye look. I love how deep, dark and bluey, purpley it looks. I really love it. And it really matches with everything just because of that purple to blue flip going on. Now let's do a halo eye on the other side and see how it looks. Okay, let's start off with that shade Upside Down question mark. And I'm gonna start that to put that all across my crease. Again, this is another shade that definitely can be like a one and done shade. It's like a rusty mauve. Look how stunning that shade is. So pretty. Like for a lighter tone skin person, this can definitely act like a deeper tone shade too. And these shades are very buildable. I went with like one tap and you can see the pigment. Now I'm gonna take the same shade on the lower lash line too. Okay, now I'm gonna go with this deep blue shade, which is Vortex. It's like a deeper navy blue shade. And I'm gonna start off with the outer corners. I have like a stubby brush with me, so I'm just packing it first. And I'm also going to take the same shade on my inner corners. So pretty. I'm going to connect my lower lash line too with that blue shade. Just like that. I'm going to leave my center open just because I don't want to connect it. I want all the shades to like come through very nicely. And just blend the edges of this blue with that rusty mauve shade, just right there. I'm going to apply my NYX glitter glue right in the center. Actually, let's not apply NYX glitter glue and see how it works. I'm going to go into this shade, which is Castle of Horror, which is that smooth multichrome shade. Can you see that? So pretty. And I'm going to take that right there in the center. Let's take it on a brush and see. Right there. It's such a deep, dark, smoky shade. Really pretty. I'm going to melt it down with that blue on either side. And I can see that golden flip coming through. Can you see that? Such a beautiful, deep, dark shade. Going to go back with that blue shade and just intensify my outer and the inner corner and just blending the edges. I'm going to take the same silver shade that we used on the inner corners right there. So pretty, so pretty. That in the center of the eyelid would also be stunning. So actually let's just take a little bit, okay? Just a little bit of that silver. Just tapped right in the center. Just to give a little bit of lightness to the look. Oh, so pretty. I'm going to take the same shade, the Castle of Horror shade, on my lower lash line too. And I'm going to just tight line my eyes with my black eyeliner. I use my Essence eye pencil in the shade Black Love. I'm going to put some mascara and some liner and I'll get right back. And this is my second eye look. I love how smoky and dark you can go, or you can go like super light too. Mine turned out both very dark, but I sure like if this silver is applied all across the eyelid with one deeper shade on the outer corners, it'll really pop. I wanted to show you guys how it looks, how the lip oil looks after the end of the video. I'm going to take this off and apply a little bit of lighter nude so that it matches. I finished my lips with the Milani lipstick in the shade Tease, I think. Yes, Tease. And that gives like a lighter nude. It's like a lighter nude on me. I feel like that complements the eye look a lot more. Okay, let's move on to the palette. We used everything in this palette. And those are the two eye looks that I created. I cannot wait to play with it even more. I want this shade all across my eyelid. Like, I really want that. I'm craving that. I really love the way how everything performed. I definitely feel like this is more of like, if you like smoky eye looks, you would get more smoky eye looks with this rather than more lighter looks. It's definitely more of a deeper tone palette. Just keep that in mind. If you are more of a lighter skin tone or a fairer skin tone, I feel like you'll have to mix and match for an everyday look if you're using this palette. But I loved the quality of everything. I am a big purple lover, you know, and the swatches speak for itself, like how beautiful and wonderful the palette is. And you can take a look at both of the eye looks super close. How beautifully it performed. It's very dimensional. Really pretty. I loved playing with this palette. Again, is this gonna be my favorite color story that Ladybug Glow has created just for the variety of looks? No. But if you are wanting those variety of looks and like smoky tone eyeshadows, this is really good. And for the theme like of Castle of Horror, like this screams horror to me. I really love it. But that's all for today, guys. I really hope that this video was informative for you guys and you did like all the looks that I created for you guys and the live swatches. But if you did like it, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.